Namaste to you all. If you are there.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So, today we'll talk about a little about the five yamas and a little into the five niyamas. Why? Because that is the base, the foundation. We just need to have a little more depth of that so that we can build up the journey to be a easy journey instead of finding it hard. Because sometimes what happens, you start the journey and after some time you feel confused. When you feel confused, you create doubts. Then you have fears, you have anxieties. Then you feel lost because now neither you can come this side, neither you are going forward. And that is a very, I would say, not a very safe place. It was better you had stayed here in the material world. That would have been at least better. And walking the journey, it is your journey. You have to walk it all alone, totally alone. You might find people, sometimes the frequencies, the vibrations will be there, and you might find a company, a companion, a teacher, you might find someone. But the thing with this journey is, even if you are staying with someone 24 into 7, the journey continues all alone. That is the thing about this whole journey. This is why people avoid the journey. Because people think it would mean a state of loneliness. It's not loneliness state. It is a state of aloneness. People can be lonely when they are with other people. There is a possibility, always. But when we are with our own self, there is no possibility of feeling lonely. And if there is a feeling of loneliness with being only with self, then we have to really address ourselves. Once again, it's a deep study. We have to study ourselves once again. Because to feel lonely with this is dangerous. It is not dangerous only for this. It is dangerous for all people besides us. Very important to be knowing where it is leading, where you are leading, how you are leading. You need to track note of. Generally in India or every business, everywhere, they have this profit and loss calculation, right? Expenses. So you need to take a note of yourself. Either you write it somewhere or do the calculations within. But you will need to do that. Otherwise, you won't see anything. Because if you are happy today, and if you become sad the next day, something is wrong. So either this happiness of today was a falsity, it was just an illusion, that won't help. If you are happy, you need to be totally happy. Once you are totally happy, It will become an experience of your life. Once it becomes experience of your life, then whatever the day may be. For a moment you might feel sad, that's okay. That's a process. We are still in a process. A moment you might feel a state of sadness, darkness, that's okay. The thing is, how long? How long are you staying there now? After you have had an experience of happiness, how long are you now staying in a state of sadness? That determines, are you progressing on the process of life journey? And when we say life journey, do remember, this is not a journey of this body. We are not talking about the body because this body does not have any journey. It is formed by some elements from the earth, the universe, the sky, the water, and it will dissolve into it once again. So it does not have its journey. Its journey is once again to dissolve. The journey of life we are talking, what is within us, the real, the truth, the who we are. So we are talking about this. So this is why these yamas and niyamas are like some, you can call them a formulae of living life. You may call them the system of living life. You may call them the base, the foundation. I call them the foundation of yogic journey, the foundation of yoga. Without them, everything is simply an illusion. Okay, so let us hear. Maharaji, 5 yamas. Five yamas, Maharaji.
I know, but I can't on English everyone repeat. One is not to hurt anyone.
Yes.
It means not like hurt beings, animals, insects. It is not to hurt like somebody with words, with some I can't explain it. My English is not so good.
No. It is perfect. Your English is more perfect than the Englishman. Do you even know that? English is perfect. Yeah. So the thing is not with the words. The thing is always about the silence between the words. Okay, so I will listen to that. Okay, you have said the first one. Let's hear the second one.
I can't remember now, but I know. You see, my have it in my mind, but I can't at this moment say.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay. Okay, just breathe.
Thank you.
Just relax. Just simply relax. It's okay. It will come. It will come. It will come. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Coming to Mishra J. Yama.
Ahimsa,
Yeah.
Asteya,
Okay.
Satya,
Okay.
Svadhyaya, yok. Brahmacharya,
Yes.
Aparigraha.
Yeah. So these are the 5 yamas. Okay. Neji.
Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, namaste. Okay. So 5 yamas.
5 niyamas.
No, yamas.
Oh, yamas. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So, okay. So we have the 5 yamas. So who will explain, any of you, who will explain ahimsa according to you? What is ahimsa? You don't have to explain the full if you don't feel to or if you don't want to share. Just explain a word, what is ahimsa. So ahimsa is a Sanskrit word. What would you say it in English? Anyone? Anyone?
Not to hurt yourself and then not to hurt anybody, and be kind.
Yeah, English word would be like, one word would be like non-violence.
Violence, non-violence, yeah.
Non-violence. Now this non-violence is a tricky thing. So it has a lot of tricks. Not hurting anyone. It simply says only that much. This doesn't help. It says don't hurt an animal, insect. It still doesn't help. It says don't hurt any living being. A little closer. That's all. That is what the dictionary says about non-violence. Non-violence does not suit the word ahimsa. Ahimsa. So this ahimsa, just talk a little about it. If we talk it in English, non-violence. So, not hurting anyone, not hurting self. Also, not allowing anyone to hurt the self. By no words, by no thoughts, by no actions, by no feeling, hurting self and others. By no means hurting any living being, including the non-living being.
Tamaji,
Hello?
when I learn ahimsa first, I say myself, I don't hurt anyone. And so I think I obey ahimsa without knowing ahimsa. And then I noticed I hurt myself every time. Also, I allow others to hurt me. So I'm so confused, ahimsa, and I blame myself first, and then I learn. Yes, I think
Yeah.
it's so hard to obey ahimsa.
It is the easiest one actually. It is the simplest one because that is why it is at number 1. I mean, out of the 5, it is at number 1 because it is easy. Number 1 means easy, the victorious. I mean, if we study according to numbers. Thing is, yes, when we only learn just the covering. So when you started, you learned the covering of ahimsa. So the covering of ahimsa is non-violence, don't hurt others. That is the covering. You only studied the wrapping paper. So it became easy for you. But once you started unwrapping the paper, yeah, because you don't know what present I have given. You might think something very valuable is there, but you suddenly start wrapping the present, and and then you find, what is this? I did not expect this thing. So yes, this is what happens when we learn anything just from the outside. It's okay. We are all in a process. So we always learn from that side. And when the words get confused, because English can never satisfy the words of Sanskrit. Because English is nothing. English is a baby of mother Sanskrit. So 72% of the English words comes from Sanskrit. So they cannot explain at all what the words mean. It's okay. So yeah, so when we are talking about this ahimsa, it's very, very deep. Because it is very, very deep, it actually gets so much easier. What I do to myself is what I will do to others. To even myself, I don't slap myself. We seldom do this. We don't slap ourselves. So by actions, maybe we'll not hurt others. Anyways, I don't think I am a bad person, so we will still do this. We will not think the other person is bad. Till action and thinking, it is okay. The difficulty is about the feeling. Suppose I feel I am unworthy. The moment I feel I am unworthy, my ego now has to satisfy this. So it will see the other also unworthy, even when the reality is that that person is really worthy. To satisfy the ego, we see the other person unworthy. This is where we create himsa. So ahimsa is non-violence. Himsa, when you remove the A, it becomes violence. So this is where we start creating. So feelings. Through feelings, we can actually harm others. Because feeling is nothing but energy. We are all energies. Even if we have this body, blood, and everything, we are still only energy. That is why we talk about the life energy. So whatever is we feel inside, it is an energy which the universe listens. And the universe takes that energy to be somewhere else, because we are on a process, and this is how the process is. We keep on creating energies, we keep on giving it out, we keep on taking in energy. So we are not like at one place. This is my energy, now I don't give it, because that we can't do. Because that would mean we have to die. Till we are breathing, energy exchange will always keep on happening. So, yeah, so this feeling, you cannot hurt anyone by feelings, you cannot hurt anyone and yourself by feelings. So, what do you do? Something so that you can follow this. The first thing is eat a healthy diet. Healthy, don't get into the term healthy as medicines or science says. Okay, they are only talking about the first layer, the Annamaya Kosha. They are only talking about the physical layer. Health is within. Health is not that we create from outside. Health is what we are inside. How we are inside is how it will surface on the skin. So eat healthy. When we say eat a healthy diet, it means eat only that which the body can easily digest. So take only that energy in yourself, which energy is needed for the process and growth of this life energy. Remember that first step is eat a healthy diet. Now, the question is, what is healthy diet going to look like? So Ayurveda has been a part of yoga, a very good branch of yoga, because yoga would not have been totally complete without this branch. Ayurveda says there are three states, or what you call three conditions. So these three conditions are sattva, rajas, and tamas. Out of these three is what creates thought, which converts into feelings, further on into emotions. But it is only these three first, okay, out of these three. In every human inside, everyone is contained with all these three. So we have all three in us. It is like it is like without these three, there would not be a balance within us. So what is sattva? Sattva means, if we say only sattva, sattva means the truth, the reality, which is the health, the process, the life itself is sattva. So we have this guna. So these three are known as guna in Sanskrit, which means, gunas in English would not be satisfactory word, so we call it guna only. So sattvic guna is when you are at the state of, or when you are totally divine. The second state is your rajas. Rajas is what converts tamas into sattva. So we need this rajas so that we can become divine. This is why rajas is needed. It is a state where we call it an action. It is an action, continuous action. Then there is a state of tamas, tamas guna. Tamas means dull state. It's a totally dull state. It is a state when there is no enthusiasm. So when we say healthy diet, sattva is living, so it's an ongoing process. So when we eat sattvic food, we are full of energy. A constant flow is happening on its own. When we eat rajasic food, because it is in action, anything which is on a continuous action, there is a state when there will be confusion. There is a state when the thing has to stop. Like if you run your car, which has a capability of running 1,000 miles a day, and if you start running that car for 1,200 miles a day, after some time, everything will have to stop. The machine will get overheated and it will need time again, reset. Okay? But the thing is, here there is no reset. There is replay button, but there is no reset button actually. Because we cannot go back. So when we say reset button, we are not saying that we cannot change. The thing is, we just cannot change what has already happened. So we can see the replay, but we can only see the replay. We cannot reset it. So this is why sattvic food is so necessary, because living food within us will provide us total health from within, which will show up on the skin. Talking about tamas food, when you are eating tamasic food, you are dull. Dull means dead. We are here to live. We are not here to be in a state of death when we are wanting to live life. So this is why you have to, this is why yoga says, yoga is nothing but a way of living. So if you want to understand yoga, if you really want to move into yoga, you have to see yoga as a way of living, the right way. Only way actually to live life is live life yoga. So this is why this food plays a major role. So this is your health from inside. It's not something we create from outside. Doing a lot of push-ups, doing chair benches and all those, doing asanas is only helping from outside, the muscle groups. If we move more deeper into the asanas, yes, we can move into the pranic body, the pranamaya kosha. The more we stay there, a state comes when we can move into the manomaya kosha, the third kosha, the mind state. But after that, that is the limitations of asanas. Asanas don't have any more further steps. It can take us to the third state, the third kosha, and we can stay in the third kosha. After that third kosha, now there needs to be, we have to be intense already. Now the intensity level needs to increase. We need to be more intense now. Because now after coming to this state, we just cannot move into those other states. We should not move. Because we are on a process, so which means a growth. So if you are growing, we just cannot now become a child. We can stop becoming an adult, but still we will be considered adults. We won't be taken as a child. So a child can just take colors and throw at anybody. They will think it's a child. But if we do it, it wouldn't look right in the eyes of many. Actually, it isn't right. So it would look like we are insane kind of people. So yes. So you need to have this food system going in your perfect way. Okay. Develop loving thoughts for yourself. When you have loving thoughts for yourself, you will create loving thoughts for others. What is this loving thought? Loving thought is you accept yourself as you are totally, with all your flaws and imperfections. Deeply, if we see, it is the flaws and the imperfections within us is what makes us perfect. Okay? Because perfection is death. When somebody becomes totally perfect, it's a death, nothing else. There is no more joy. There is no more living. Because where to go now? But imperfections and flaws are good. So have this loving thoughts. Accept yourself totally. When you accept yourself totally, it becomes very, very easy to accept others totally. Because this is the only way we accept. Because what we see outside is only a reflection of what we are. So how we are is how we see others. Okay, so this is very necessary. Eat when you are hungry, drink when you are thirsty, sleep when you are sleepy. Very necessary. So when we say eat when you are hungry, you should have hunger to eat. Every cell of your body should say or feel it is hungry. Only eat then. Don't start eating when the mind says eat. Because mind cannot stay still. So eat when you are hungry. Only when you are hungry. So you need to know when are you hungry. If you are not hungry, don't eat. That's it. Nothing will happen. Physically, you might feel a little weak, but if you are in your manomaya kosha, you can maintain that because it is a mind. You already know. It is a thought. Oh, I am feeling tired. You don't feel tired. You first develop the thought, I am tired, which settles within the body and the body reacts. Yeah, so it's always on the layer. thought first settles into the skin, then it starts to move deeper. So remember this, eat when you are hungry, drink when you are thirsty, sleep when you are sleepy. The doctors might have said 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Are you really sleeping for 6 to 8 hours? That means if you are not, and your sleep was satisfied in 3 hours, you simply wasted 3 to 4 hours only because you listened or conditioned yourself to some stupid people out there saying you need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. The body needs deep sleep. On an average, okay, so far, it has been calculated that 4 hours is the maximum. Normally, people stay in 1.5 hours and 2 hours. That's it. So if it is 1.5 hours, 2 hours sleep, that you will be still doing perfect. Okay. This now depends upon your healthy diet. If your diet is healthy, 2 hours of sleep or 2.5, 3 hours of sleep is the maximum the body needs physically, mentally, emotionally. This is the much the body needs. So remember this, because not following this is also not following ahimsa. So because someone is eating, I saw this cake and I started eating that cake. I wasn't hungry. So I am creating ahimsa because my digestive system at that time needed rest, but I needed work again. This is also ahimsa. Okay? Please be careful with this. The body wanted to feel, think, move, but I kept myself on the bed because a stupid someone said 6 to 8 hours. So remember, you are doing ahimsa. You have to be very careful about these three things. Eat when you are hungry, sleep when you are sleepy, drink when you are thirsty. You go to a party, red wine, white wine is served. Beautiful. Wine is really, really amazing thing. You did not have the urge. There was no deep urge of the body, but everybody is drinking. I should have one drink or one glass of wine. Unnecessary drinking. The body now has to work for it. It has to work because it has to settle that wine to every place. So it has to extra work. So the body did not want to, it wanted rest, but you suddenly drank because everybody was drinking. So lost it. Okay, so this is ahimsa. Deep, okay? It's very, very deep, but it's easy. So coming back more, when we are living on this earth, which is our mother earth, whether we believe it or not, it doesn't even matter. Because the body, this body, the physical part, has been provided us by the earth. Even if we came out like a baby with skin and everything from a womb of our mother was also consuming things from the earth. Water from earth, air from earth, universe, space from the universe, fire from the universe or mother earth. Okay? So she also consumed everything, and out of that everything we became. So that means we were already filled with the 5 elements of the earth. So in this way, if you can't see it directly, Mother Earth, you have to see it a little more deeper, and then you will find that the earth is our mother. So respect Mother Earth. Respect. You have to. There is no other option. If you don't respect your Mother Earth and if you can do everything else, still you will be not following ahimsa and your journey might have hindrance to move forward. Be very careful with Mother Earth. So when you are on the mat, don't compare. Nothing to compare. Don't go deeper than your body allows. This is why in yoga, 3 tattvas. First point of resistance, stillness. Now if the body is ready, let the pose move into the body. So when we do asanas, it is not the body moving into the pose. It should not be dead. It should be the pose moving through the body. The pose has moved, and now out of that pose, your body starts to be in that asana. Just standing and you won't walk into a warrior two won't help. You won't even feel warrior two. But if you allow that pose to become you, become your body, you will feel. Then you just have to have your arms, your shoulders will be totally on their own relax. Otherwise, what happens? We do here and then we try to relax our shoulders. But if you move with the pose, it simply comes. This is the difference. Try it out. Try it out on the mat. Let the pose become you, and you will start understanding later. More. So don't compare yourself with them. Move with the pose into the body. Okay? Don't try too hard. If it is not coming, it is not coming. That's it. That is the deepest understanding. This is how we get self-realized. We move towards that enlightenment when we don't try too hard. Don't try too hard. Always have your attention to your breath. Why? If your breath fluctuates, something is wrong. Either you are not comfortable there, but because everybody is there, you are trying to stay there. You are not following ahimsa. You cannot harm yourself. You cannot hurt yourself. Please remember these. Okay? And thoughts will be there. Even while you are asana, thoughts can be there. Don't fight with them. Don't fight. See, they are there. That's it. Thought comes, it will come. If you don't entertain it, entertaining means either by resisting or fighting against it or by totally accepting it. So if you do that, it won't help. So a thought comes, see the thought come. That's it. Don't create a thought to let that thought enter into you. Okay. And don't fight. A thought comes and you are like, no, thought cannot come to me. No, this can never happen. This can only happen when I am no more in the body. Then thought will not come. So we are a living process, yes. So when we are living process, thought is a natural thing to come. It will keep on coming. Okay. Then you can be just be. So always on the mat, try to be just be. When you start to be only you on the mat, you will start the same when you are off the mat. So this is why asanas were introduced in the 8 limbs, because it can help us. It is a technique, a resource. So make full use of this resource. Okay, you need to make full use of the resource. Okay? School never arrived today, so I don't know how they will even record this class, but it's okay. Might have forgotten. So now understand this. Yoga is a discipline. Yoga is not a therapy. If you think that your problems, physical pains, and all those will diminish, my dear people, you are totally going on a wrong path. Because yoga is not a therapy. Yoga is a discipline. And when we say, yes, physical benefits will be there, but that's only physical benefits. That's only asana. We are not doing yoga. Yoga is not therapy. It's not a therapy. Yoga is a discipline. When we become disciplined, totally, everything will work as it has to. Because once we are disciplined, we know what to do, what not to do, what the body needs, what the body does not need. So we will work accordingly. And then there can be achievements, huge achievements out of yoga. Okay. Coming to the first point again, only when you are healthy, you can be disciplined. This is how this ahimsa in a circle moves. Only when you are healthy, you can be disciplined. So now, remember, healthy does not mean the physical body. It has nothing to do with that. Healthy means emotionally, mentally, physically, all three working in the perfect way. When they work in the perfect way, you can move towards discipline. Then, atha yoga anusasana. Now, yoga. Only then. So, very important. So, this is your ahimsa. Any questions to ask before we move into the second one? Or any confusions? You find it hard still? That this is a hard thing? Please go for it. Come on, it's okay. You can ask anything, okay? Anything is in your mind, just go and ask, because this will only clear it. Keeping in the mind may not happen, may not help. I don't keep anything in my mind. Okay, if there are no questions, that's okay. Moving into your second yama. Satya. One word for Satya. Anyone? One word for Satya. What does Satya mean? Come on. You are all yoga teachers, yoga students, yoga. For years you have been doing this. Not a new thing. It's not like a new territory you have come to. You have been in this territory for years, for lifetimes. Just not years. For lifetimes you have been on this territory. Why is it difficulty to say Satya? Okay. Satya is described as truthfulness according to Oxford Dictionary, London. Now, what truthfulness? When you say truthfulness. Neji, what is truthfulness? You won't answer if I don't question.
Sorry, say that again, please.
What is truthfulness?
Truthfulness for me is about being honest with oneself
Just a
and
minute, okay? Just a minute. This
okay.
is somehow very urgent. sorry for. So this has something to do with one of the students of your TTC group. So I don't know. Okay, anyways, yes. Neji?
So truthfulness is just being honest with yourself and honest with those around you. Yeah, truthfulness.
Okay, so this is the meaning of truthfulness. Yeah, this is how the dictionary says, or this is the overall understanding. Anybody else? Something else you know about it? Let's hear. Beautiful. Okay. So, yoga, when it says satya, satya has deep roots in the word sattvic and sattva. There are deep roots. The sattvic thing, which we were talking a little while earlier, has deep roots in the word satya. So when we say honest, which means we speak the truth, is it there, Neji? Honest means speaking the truth, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yoga says truth is not what we speak. Truth is what we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I might, deep inside, I might think, Neji is not good. But outside, I did say, Neji is a good person. Then I am not truthful. I am not in Satya at all. Because it is who I am, who we are. Who we are is right now thoughts, feelings, emotions out of it. Because we are still talking at those first and second body layers. So that is. So truth is not what we speak, but who we are. So there is a words in Sanskrit. It says, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Eka Sat Vipra Bandha Vadanti. Okay. What does it mean? It's a confusing lines, but what does it mean? So truth is one. The intelligent ones express them in different manners. Okay? So intelligent ones means the people who use their intellects. Once right now, those who are living in the intellects, they think that they are the most intelligent people because 99.99% they have answers to almost like as if everything. They know everything. The danger is knowing everything because in life we can never know everything. Truth can never be known. Truth has to be experienced. Experience cannot be truly spoken in words. It can be seen, it can be felt only when the other is also on the same frequency vibration. So now this truth thing, this is when using intellect. So that's what I gave example. Deep inside, I believe Neji is not a good person, but using my intellect to fit where I have to impress, I am using Neji is a good person. That is using my intellect. prompting my intellect to think that it is intelligence. Because right now, many of the people living in this world, they think intellect means intelligence. And they are totally big fools. Totally big fools. Intelligence is not anything to do with the mind, with the intellect. When there is no intellect, then intelligence occurs. Because intelligence is flow. It simply flows out. There is no this or that in between. It simply flows out. It may not flow out at times because there are some conditions. It may not flow out. But deep inside, that is the truth. And the truth is there. So this is why I said truth may not be sometimes, mostly truth cannot be said in words. It is expressed. It is a feeling expressed. Okay. So what do you know, and I mean, how do we do it and how do we understand it? So be genuine and be authentic. The more genuine you are, the more authentic you are, it will help you. So what do we mean by this if we have to go a little more deeper? So this life, this whole life, what we are calling the life energy, is about being true to your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything. You have to be truthful to them. So for truthful towards them, you have to first accept them. Only when you accept them, then the process or so every action. So action does not mean just by hands, by words also, by thinking also. So try to be genuine and be authentic. Don't be afraid to be authentic. There's no point being afraid of being authentic. Okay. Secondly, when we say speaking the truth, so what do we mean by when we say speaking the truth? So how the living spirit is, or the living life energy is. If we start to see a living spirit, a living energy in others also, a little moving towards the oneness, having this understanding, not maybe deeply, but a little understanding that the other is also a life energy. Now when we are speaking the truth, because truth does not mean it has to be in words. Okay? The reality is more actually expressed in silence. So you see a person, you really feel happy seeing that person from deep inside. Okay, you are feeling very nice. There is a nice feeling coming to you seeing the person. Generally, what happens? A smile generates. A smile loosens on our face. This is speaking truth from the spirit. We genuinely feel the presence of that person. People are there, they don't like to see that person, but they open their mouth as if they are the happiest person seeing this. Then this is something wrong. If you don't like a person, don't create that as extra mask. Don't think what the other person will think. Think about first yourself. What are you thinking? You don't like that person, you don't want to talk to that person in that moment, and it is not about your past, it is because you know the truth is there. And it is not a truth, judgmental truth. It is a truth because your whole sense is saying. Okay? It's not because that person did something wrong to you or said something bad to you that you have created this. No, then it would be not ahimsa. Then you will not follow ahimsa. But you know the truth of this person. The energy vibes are not meeting, and this energy vibes is not because of the past actions of this person. These energy are because of the frequency, vibration, frequency levels. So then you have to do that. You have to practice. So meeting with vibrations and frequencies gets tough. It gets tough only when we don't even realize our frequency levels. At what frequency we are moving, we don't know that. At what is happening, we don't know that. Then it is a difficult change. Okay. So coming into the practice now, how to speak the truth. This is known as, say, skillful practice. For this, the Sufi, S-U-F-I, if you heard about it, it's a spiritual religion, okay? Not just a religion. When we say spiritual religion means a living, anything which speaks about the way of living. Because spirituality does not mean God or scripture. Spiritually means the way life has to be lived. Okay, the perfect. It comes from the word Sanatana Dharma, which was the ancient India. It was a Sanatana Dharma, which means living life the way it should be lived. Okay, so it's not a religion. That is why Hinduism, if you hear Hinduism, nowadays it's a confusion, but in reality, Hinduism is not a religion. Like Christianity, Muslims, Jews, Sikhs, they are religions, but Hinduism is not at all a religion. Hinduism has its base from Sanatana Dharma, which means spiritual way of living. And spiritual, we are all living that life. Only thing is, many realize it, many don't realize it. Spiritual living means what? A person can breathe, a person can feel, a person can think, a person can do, a person can change. Everybody can do this. Everybody in this world are capable of doing all this. It is only when you do this fight together, you are living a spiritual way of life. You are following Sanatana Dharma. You are following Hinduism. So don't confuse yourself that Hinduism is a religion. It looks like now, because of the confusion people wanted, because they saw Muslims, they saw Christianity, they saw Jews, they saw this, they saw that. They also created, I am Hindu. Nothing is Hindu, because Hinduism, this Hindu comes from the word, cut from the word, because India wasn't India. Okay? India was first Bharat, and before Bharat, India was Hindustan. Hindustan means the whole and me are one. Hindustan is from there. So Hindu means everyone and me are one. It says that way. ISM was added to it so that everybody could feel it that we are one. That is why Hinduism came into a word, but people got confused. So nowadays you see what people say. What is your religion? They say Hindu. They are not even saying Hinduism because they don't know. They don't know the base from where Hinduism came. Okay, I'm not talking about Hinduism. I love Hinduism. I love Sanatana Dharma. I have nothing against any other religions, but there are some loopholes. That's all. Little loopholes by negligence. People don't see Jesus Christ crucified as something spiritual. They can't see that. They can't see the truth why Jesus Christ got himself crucified. He was not doing anything for anyone else. He was doing something for the whole of humanity. And it was only flowing out of him. He wasn't acting to do that. He wasn't there as if, okay, I will get and something will happen. No, there was not even such kind of feeling in him. He was letting it totally flow. That is why when they were even putting nails, if you have seen it, I have also not seen, but I have seen in pictures, you could see a soft smile, a glow in his eyes. And then people created these pictures in different ways. But I have been to a lot of churches which are like, they say this church is like amazing. It has something. So if it has something, then I need to go there. So I went into many places in India and many places wherever I travel. I do go to church. And there is nothing to do with all this. Okay? There is nothing to do with all this. It is only to see that soft smile and the glow in that eye. Was flowing. So, if you understand Jesus Christ, and then you are a Christian, then you won't say, I am a Christian religion. I don't belong to a Christian religion. Then you say it, I am a Christian. That means Jesus Christ flowing. Same thing with every other religion. If you talk someday, we have a lot of things to talk. I really love the spiritual religion, every religion. The spirituality behind it is amazing if you learn about it. But if you learn only the base, then it gets confused. So Sufism is also a way of living life. That is a spiritual religion also, Sufism. From that part, it says, when you speak the truth, when you have to speak a truth, you have 3 gates, okay, doors. So you have to cross these 3 doors before speaking out. So what are these 3 doors? The first door is ask yourself before speaking, is it true? Okay. The second one is it necessary? It can be a truth, but is it necessary? Okay. The third door is it kind? Is it truth? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If all the 3 doors you get a tick mark, yes, speak out, or else stay. Don't speak out. Once you start doing these 3 door systems, you will be only speaking truth. You will be in Satya, totally without having to think anything. And you will be also following Ahimsa, because Satya simply cannot be followed. It has to be followed according to Ahimsa. They are linked. You have to keep creating that link till you reach the 10th niyama. They are all linked. You cannot break any sequence. If you break, things will go wrong. The foundation will shake up. Okay. Finally, try and ask yourself. Okay. So there is Ramana Maharishi. You have heard the name of Ramana Maharishi? Any one of you? Ramana Maharishi? No one? Okay, it's okay. Not so important. Anyways, so Ramana Maharishi is the person who developed the transcendental meditation. Okay, if you are now little familiar, if still not, he is the person who wrote the book, Who Am I? Who am I? This is one of the questions which yoga schools and yoga teachers say. Ask, who am I? Who am I? Thing is, ask, who am I not? Okay? Why? If you ask yourself, who am I? You will be only answering from what you know. Okay? All your knowledge only will come out. Who am I? So first you will say this, and then it doesn't happen. Okay? But if you know the art of asking yourself, so when I ask myself, who am I? The first will be, I am Pawan, the name. That's an important, it's an identity. So now I say, Neti, Neti, not. Neti, Neti means N-O-T, not. So I am not Pawan. Okay, I move a little more deeper. Who am I? I am the son of my parents. Neti, Neti, not. So if you keep on saying this Neti, Neti along with who am I, you will understand who you are. But this will get harder when you go deeper and deeper. This Neti, Neti might look like very hard process. So I started writing articles, which would be someday, maybe, I don't know. I started writing, who am I not? So I started with the question, who am I not? And I practice it. So either you do this. If you are doing who am I, then remember Neti, Neti, until the Neti, Neti disappears. And the question, who am I, disappears. Okay? It's not forcefully removing the question. It is when there is no more question. Because whom will you ask now? After you have found who you are, who can you ask the question? So reach there. Yeah, this is a very good practice. You should do it every night. 10 to 15 minutes every night. Within 6 months, your whole life means the whole where you have come from and the whole, if you are moving further, would take a different dimension. You will be creating a different dimension. Your perceptions will take 360-degree turns. Your living of life will take more than, I think, 360-degree turns. Your whole life would look like you are there, but you are somewhere else. 6 months work, regular basis, 10 minutes at least, 15 minutes if possible. But and not even like verbally, you are not asking it verbally, you are deeply moving into it. And even if your second day starts with the same thing, it doesn't matter. Even on the 6th month, last day, still you have the question, who am I? And you are still saying your name. Doesn't matter. What matters is, did you do this for 6 months? Regular basis, without missing it. Because lots will not happen. As you do it regularly, most of the things will not come out what have been coming out. You can even keep a note of it. Yeah, I have this habit of keeping a note of everything. Whatever I ask, I have a note of it. So it helps me to see whether I am growing on this path or am I just lingering. Lingering isn't good. Only when we linger, we start feeling lonely. So we can be with many people together, but we are not feeling their loneliness. Walking on the path alone, lingering, not getting further anymore, not a step is coming, lingering, loneliness. Otherwise, you are with everyone, but you are with yourself totally. Anybody speaks or does not speak to you, offers you or does not offer you, even in that party, you are totally there, even if you are just standing near a wall. Because you see everyone as you see you as everyone. So somebody is dancing, deep inside you are also dancing. Somebody is smiling, deep inside you are also smiling. So this happens. This is when you are moving towards aloneness. You are enjoying your company totally. Okay. So when you follow the Sufism system, the 3 doors, the best thing is you are not creating karma. You are now on a process of dissolving your karma. So this is a very beautiful thing to happen. Okay. So there is a thing I wrote. So practicing Satya in accordance with Ahimsa requires awareness of the effort of our words, thoughts on others and self. Okay? So it requires awareness. You need to be aware of what is going within you. So just before speaking out, you need to be totally aware. You can become totally aware, then you have these 3 questions there. Yes. Anybody? Anything to ask? Or say?
I want to say something.
Yeah.
When the Sufism 3 gate is so easy, but difficult to remember all the time. I've learned about the Khechari Mudra, then I get combined Khechari Mudra and this together, because I am living all the time now in Khechari Mudra. And I'm saying, when I'm talking or I need to say something, first I am thinking, is it worth to say something? Is it worth to do this? Is it worth to do that? Then later I start talking. When the conversation finish, I go back to the Khechari Mudra. This really get my life so easy, and then I just get joy in all these things so perfect. I get really combined with my body and with my thoughts. Maybe it will help the others.
The thing is with this Khechari Mudra actually comes easy when people are totally connected with themselves. Otherwise, Khechari Mudra is very hard. Okay? It's not about the tongue touching the palate behind or sucking the nectar from the universe. It is more about than there. Because if I'm not connected with my body, even doing a Khechari Mudra, which is an amazing thing, I would feel discomfort. It should be a feeling of joy when anybody is in a Khechari Mudra. There should be joy in them, because anything which is spiritual, it should give joy, right? That's the one thing I see, because only when people are connected with their body totally, Khechari Mudra for them happens. When they don't do it, it simply happens, because they want, once anybody who gets the nectar of the universe within once, if they have tasted it, they will never throw it out. So then they don't do Khechari Mudra. Khechari Mudra then happens on its own. So they have to be connected first. As far as my experiences or my teachings have been from teachers, this is when Khechari, because Khechari Mudra is a very, very powerful mudra, the easy and very powerful. It does not require anything, but it requires, Siddhamji, silence. That is the difficulty. Many cannot sit in silence yet, because connection with the body hasn't been made. So yeah, it's okay. We are all on a process. Everybody will go through it. Everybody will reach there, even if they want or they don't want. This is how the universe is. It will let us suffer as long as we want. But once the suffering, it says that no, the suffering cannot be handled anymore, the universe will change tracks, paths. They will let us meet people of different, and we feel like I want to be this, I want to be this. The moment this thought starts to come, I want to be this, and it settles within, people's life starts to change. So yeah, this is how, as far as I have seen the journey of me and others, this is what happened. This is why I say Patanjali's first sutra, before that he says, totally frustrated, totally disappointed, not feeling joy in anything, not satisfied. When people come into that state, that is the state when they can be molded. You can mold them now. The thing is, there are no other people who can mold them. It is the universe shaking them. They have to realize it, and they have to start molding themselves into something else. So yes, perfect. I love Keshe Mudra. I don't practice it regularly, but yes, I do practice it at times when sometimes the clarity isn't there. For me, Keshe Mudra is a clarity thing. I really get clarified. It does not take time. So during a shower, normally it happens on its own. I don't practice it, but taking a shower, it happens. Because I now developed for last 6 months, putting ice here on my head and totally icy cold water. Ice, it is ice. Because I have been hearing and I have been in conversation with the Ice Wolf man. If you know about him, there is a man who stays in the ice for long, long periods. He can stay in the ice. So he does pranayama there. So he is teaching the world amazing things. So I just got into contact with him through YouTube. So I used to send him questions there. He used to answer me, and then we got into connection through emails. So sometimes when I feel something, I do question, ask him. So no harm in asking, because we don't know everything, and we will never know everything. So ask. This is why I say ask. Okay. So now how do you practice Satya on the mat? Asanas. How do you do it? So your asana is not for Facebook and Instagram or social media. Once you realize this, you are following Satya. You can't be as someone else ever. Everybody is unique. Most important, everybody's anatomy is different. Scientifically, if you have to understand, the asana way, if you have to understand, anatomy of people will make the pose look different. Okay, and then you will be following Satya. Asana is for your growth. It is not about you trying to inspire also, because too much inspiration is dangerous. Okay, inspiration is good. Too much of anything is always dangerous. If you are only being inspired, the D finishes. You now remain inspired. Okay, so this inspire becomes the inspire. Because your motivation is from within. That is necessary for growth. Inspire is okay. You are inspired by someone, it's amazing. Now you start the journey for yourself. When you are starting for your own self, through yourself, you have to be motivated. Now the inspiration won't help. You see the Facebook picture or the Instagram, amazing, so inspired by this person, by the sport. What will happen? You have to do it. While you are doing it, you may not look like as if not even 1% of that pose, but you are motivating yourself that yes, I have reached here. You keep on practicing, you reach your final pose of your body in accordance with your breath. When your breath is steady, smooth, soft, you are in that pose. The pose has moved your body, created an art out of your body. That is when the beauty happens. And then you are actually motivated. Then you can reach there. Inspirations won't make us reach there. So remember this, it is only for your growth. Okay, so there is a sutra by Patanjali ji which says Satya Pratisthayam Kriya Phala. So Satya Pratisthayam Kriya Phala Shrayavatam. Okay. So truth established in action. When the truth is established in our action, fruits will follow. These sutras can be a little hard if you haven't studied about them. So, they are amazing. Okay? You don't need to have all those 196 sutras. Patanjali ji wrote 196 sutras. So you don't have to read all 196. Okay, some of these sutras are very important, at least to make you in the discipline mode. To get you into discipline mode, you have to read. I read somewhere around 66 of the sutras, making them a living experience. Not like completely 66 are my experiences, but yes, on a process. Some of them are totally there, but some of them I'm still working, and it's a process. I cannot be Patanjali. I can be only me. So me would be very different from Patanjali ji. So I'm okay with that actually, because this is my motivation. I am inspired by Patanjali, and then I left Patanjali ji there. I now am motivated by my own thing. Okay. So moving into the third yama, which is asteya. Asteya in English has been told about non-stealing. So when we were kids, parents, teachers said, don't steal. Don't steal means don't take somebody's pencils, rubbers, scales, books, things, and it's finished. Because non-stealing finishes there itself. It cannot go further. But we are into yoga. So this non-stealing totally does not give a proper respect to the word asteya. Because asteya is deep. Asteya is very, very deep. To be following asteya, first step is be contained with what you have. And what you have, love it. So be contained with what you have, and what you have, love it. So when we love what we have, then we don't need from others, or we don't take from others what we don't have. We see it, make it an experience, try to implement in life. That is another part. We will not steal. The stealing, we are not stealing anybody's energy. We are not stealing anybody's dreams. We are not stealing anybody's projects. We are not stealing anything from anyone, not things only. Not stealing energy means everything. Okay? Thought, feelings, emotions, anything. We are not stealing from them. Okay. So that will do about asteya. We can go deeply, but that will be actually already very, very deep. Now, what do? So you sit, and while you sit, start to realize. Practice realization. Realizing, not realization. Practice realizing. Where you are at this moment, it is our choice. It has nothing to do with someone else. It was our choice, wherever we are in life. So once this was my choice to be where I am at this moment, I take full responsibility of it. So when I take full responsibility of it, I accept where I am. Once I accept where I am, I now am moving towards containment a little. I am contained. I am happy where I am. The moment I start to be happy where I am, I start to love what I have. When I start to love what I have, I will get realized totally. Then I don't need something else. This is a step towards aloneness. Aloneness does not mean I am staying aloof from others. It means they are there, but their presence is a fragrance. I take it. I also share my fragrance. It's not about give and take policy happening. Because when we take something, we don't give the same kind of thing. We give little less or little more. Little less or little more does not help for frequencies to be at the same vibration, at the same levels. We do this. Okay, sitting and realize. So sometimes we say out, right? Be blessed. I hope, I wish you always stay blessed. Really? Is it really coming out from you? You say you are amazing. Is it really coming out from you? Or you have compared? They look amazing. And deep inside you are saying, wish I could be as him or her. And then we write, you are amazing. This is wrong. Totally gone wrong. Satya, ahimsa, totally broken. Remember, when you speak, is it truth? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Does not mean for the other, also for self. Is it truth that they are amazing? Which means, am I saying to myself, I am not amazing? This is the question. If I say, yes, I am amazing, they are amazing, I have crossed the first two. Is it necessary? My saying them amazing, what would it give? Is it like I am only trying to praise or get attention from them? Or is it flowing out of me? I see something, not just the physical, not just the asana there, not just the picture, the clothes, the makeups, the attraction. No, it's not out of attraction. It's flowing out of me. Yes, because in them I am seeing me. Second door open. Move into the third door. Is it kind? If these two doors you have crossed, that means you did not compare. But still, if there is a comparison, then you are not kind to yourself. So stop saying that. If you don't feel it is about comparison or competitive or anything, you are totally seeing that person as you are, totally feeling also as you are. You have crossed the third door. Then write it down there. You are that you think that person is also saying to you, even if that the person does not reply. Can you feel that? If you are able to feel that, you have followed asteya in accordance with satya and ahimsa. Three steps. Now they will keep on increasing. This is how. This is why. Is there, Mishra ji. This is why I said ahimsa is the easiest one. It does not have to follow anyone. Yeah? Because this is the base. You start from there, then these have to be followed according to it. So ahimsa is actually the easiest one to do. The most easiest one. This will look like as if this is the hardest one. Only because the mind says it looks hard. But it actually is easy. Okay. So the important exercise what you can do is be grateful. Not grateful to parents or teachers or girlfriends and boyfriends or partners. Be grateful for who you are. Morning you wake up, be grateful. This body woke up another day for the life journey to happen. At night, be grateful that it crossed one more day. It was amazing. In the afternoons, in the evenings, if you have time, be grateful. So the more you practice gratefulness, your nature, which is full of gratitude, that will start blossoming. Now you will be grateful to everything, everyone. The lack, L-A-C-K, will disappear. You will be not lacking anything. Only when this gratefulness is arising from your deep gratitude, when it is blooming, spreading the fragrance of gratefulness, of grateful towards others. So this is how you practice it. You stay also with your satya and ahimsa, which is very, very necessary. Okay, any questions? Any doubts? No? All okay? All okay with your 3 yamas? Because this is as far as we can talk now. We won't talk about brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is a big topic. And yes, we'll finish it as soon as we can. But we'll talk about it. Okay. Anything to say, anything to share, please do it. Don't keep it in your mind. Free yourself before moving out of the class. Free. So you don't take anything unnecessary with you. Never take that. Because be authentic. This is how you are authentic. You don't think this is good, you speak about it. And don't think that it is kind or not. It is not about being kind. It is being kind, yes. You are being kind to yourself. You keep it in your mind the whole day, you will be puzzled by it. You are not being kind to yourself. So, never take anything, any unnecessary things with you after the class. Finish it there itself so that now you can, if you start to understand it, you can start to make it your living experience. Only when you are free, you can do it. Okay.